Alright, well, it's been 2 weeks. I used the case, and before we start the video, I can't believe I'm about to do this, but I gotta give an apology to Apple. You know, I talked a lot of shit. Sorry, I saw something. I talked a lot of shit. I made a lot of crap about this case, and you know something? I was wrong. So I want to take this moment to say to Apple, I'm sorry. So with that out of the way, let's get the review started. Hey, what's up everybody? Michael here. Welcome back to another video. And as promised, I'm going to give my review of the iPhone smart battery case. And I gotta tell you guys, I'm actually kind of shocked at how fast I was to judge this thing. You know, when I first saw it, obviously my reaction was as you saw it. I am not going to deny my reaction. And quite frankly, I was hesitant when I bought this at first. But after using it for 2 weeks and seeing how much of a difference it's made in my everyday use of the phone, I gotta tell you, I was wrong. And I actually really like this. So this iPhone smart battery case is made for the iPhone XS, XS Max, and the XR. Now you can use this video for any user that is using the iPhone X, because that is what currently my phone is. I am using the iPhone X, and I can say right off the bat, this case works no problem with the iPhone X. Besides the little gap here with the camera and the little few extra cutouts at the bottom that aren't there, you're really not going to notice a big difference. There's no difference. I FaceTime all my friends, I've recorded, and there is no issue at all with the difference in quality. So if you're looking to buy this case and you have an iPhone X, I definitely would say it is safe to use. So that's number one. Now here's how we're going to break the review down. I'm going to start with the positives, and I'm going to start with the negatives, and then I'll give my final thoughts. So let's get the positive out of the way, and this is a shocker to you guys, but the first positive out of the gate is the design. I don't know what I was thinking, but yes, it is the design. Now when I talked about it, I said that the design looked like crap, but I was referring to the old one and looking at this just based on an image. But actually using it and holding it, I gotta say, it's actually a much better design than the last one. It feels good in the hand. The little back piece right here is not too big to hold, although it doesn't make the phone as bulky as the XS Max and XS and XR. For the iPhone X though, it's really not a big issue for me anyway, and it feels good to hold. It's nice and sturdy, especially since this is a silicone. The top is nice and soft, whereas here it is rigid, so drop proof. Well, not drop proof, but it's drop protected. So that's number one. Design is actually not that bad, and I give it credit. Number two is the actual battery itself. Now when you get this thing out of the box, obviously it comes dead, though there are some units that are fully charged. Mine came dead, but when I charged it up, there was an indicator in the bottom right here that tells me if the case is dead, and the case was dead. But the cool thing was I could tell when it was fully charged. It was orange when it was charging, and it turned green when it was ready to be used. So that was really cool. But then getting into it, so when you slide your phone into it and you put it in, obviously it syncs up right away. Now this is another positive that I like. The positive that I like, and I was really shocked at this, it doesn't like charge your phone when your battery's running low. Instead, it uses the battery case's battery first, and it caps off your phone at 100%, so that way your battery doesn't overcharge and it doesn't, you know, take any charge. It basically just taps into this first. It uses the battery case's battery, that's why it's called a smart battery, and then when it reaches the 1% and it's done, then it uses your phone's battery. So not only do you get 100% battery in this thing, but you also get an additional 100% of charge in that as well. And also, let's say you forget to charge your phone overnight. This thing will charge it. When you put it in the case, it charges right away. Let's say you take the case out, you charge it up 100 and you slot your phone in. Yes, it'll charge it, but it won't use your phone's battery. Instead, it will keep using the battery in this, capping off your battery at 100% till this is drained and give you your phone's battery. So that is actually really cool. I was confused at first how it works, but then when I saw the way it was used, I was really actually blown away at how this thing works. Another positive that I like is when you put the thing to charge, it is Qi enabled. That is something I really love about this case. It is Qi enabled. You just slap it on a charger and boom. Now, I will get into a negative of that in a little bit, but the convenience that you can also use a fast charger in this to charge both the case and the phone is awesome as well. And I also like the fact when you do charge it, it charges the phone first, not the case first. It charges your phone first, then the case. That is another positive. And also finally, my best favorite of all, and this is just a little side thing, the button clicks. When you click the button, it feels so satisfying. I'm just throwing that out there. But with all that positive, let's get into the negative. The first negative that I had is, again, going back to the charging. When I put this thing down, when both my phone and my battery case died, yes, this thing dies at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then my phone picks up from there, so I get a whole 24-hour almost battery. When I put them to charge overnight, my phone charges up first, but when I take the battery and everything off, this thing doesn't get a full 100% charge. Instead, it's charged at 75, 78. And that's a problem because when I wake up in the morning, I would like both things to be 100%. Now, thankfully, I've been using the XVita triple charger that is still working fine. Obviously, it has a faster charge on one side and a slower charge on the other. What I generally do is put this on the faster side and put the iPhone on the other. But the thing is I don't have to want to take both things out and charge them at the same time. The whole idea is to use one thing to charge both. But that is just one problem that I had. I didn't like the fact that it charges so slow when it charges the phone first, and then I wish there had been a way they could charge both devices at the same time, like the quick charger. The reason the quick charger could charge both at the same time is because the quick charger obviously takes in a lot more power because you're using 2 batteries, so it will take in more. So that was my first negative, is the charging time it takes to charge both things. My second negative is actually a little nitpicky, but my second issue with this is the actual case itself. While I said I like the design and stuff, I hate that it is so heavy. It adds more weight to the phone, and when you put it in your pocket, it just drags down your pants. For me anyway. When I'm wearing sweats and stuff and I'm at the gym, it just feels really, really heavy in my pocket. Not too heavy, but it's a little inconvenienced. Well, let's say I'm working out, I'm lifting weights, and I'm doing stuff, and I just feel like dragging down. So that's number 2. It does add a little bulk to your phone. If the iPhone 10 alone wasn't enough heavy, I mean, it's not that heavy, but still. Another negative that I had with this case is the amount of dust it collects. Now, obviously, this is a nitpick again. Obviously, with all cases, you get that. But with this thing in particular, this thing gets dirty whenever I put it in my pocket, or usually. My best place to put it is in my jacket pocket because there's no lint or anything or dust. But when I get lint stuff, it's annoying to brush it off all the time. But that's just a nitpick. That's just something personal. And my final complaint about this case, personally, is the price. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say Apple overprices. This is the first time I'm going to jump out and say Apple actually priced this in the right price zone. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you look at the portable chargers from Mophie or Belkin, they're generally in the $100 as well. And if anything, this is actually not too far off of what they're pricing at, usually $10 more. So I'm not complaining about that. My complaint, though, is that for the $129 that you're spending, Apple gives you a better experience at charging your phone's battery and giving you a better battery life while also keeping your battery in the iPhone intact, no damage, and it's good for it as well. Now, obviously, I'm no battery engineer. I don't know all the studies. I hope that whoever watches this video can maybe elaborate more in the comment section. But my main issue is, for the price that you priced it at, there's a market for people that want to buy battery cases. Now, if they had priced it at $99, I would have been like, all right, there you go. You've got a market to capitalize on, because more people will want to buy yours over the competitors, because the competitors do not have the technology that Apple does, where your case works hand in hand. Oh, and a quick positive, I like the fact that the indicator of the battery case is also in the battery notification. That's another thing with iOS integration. That is a good positive on this case. I'm sorry I forgot to put that in there. The integration with iOS in this case is amazing. But let's get back to that price point. If this case had been priced at $99 to $100, I wouldn't have flipped out. But $130 is steep, and if you live in the state of New York, tax is $11.45. Yes, I remember the exact price, so I ended up not paying $129. I ended up paying $140 for a battery case. Thank God I had cash on me to put a down payment and pay the rest on a credit card. Thank God. But the point that I'm trying to make is that Apple should have priced this a little bit cheaper, because for $129, you're just getting a battery case with a silicone protector. You're not really getting too much for your bargain. But with all that said, am I going to keep this? Well, surprisingly, yes, I'm going to keep it. And I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I actually like it. Now, bear with me, guys. You know I tear into Apple all the time. You guys can see in my videos, I just love to tear up Apple, but I gotta admit, this product is really good and really useful. I know a lot of people are bashing Apple right now, and I got another review planned for a certain product that was just recently a Linus Tech's video. But the thing is that this case basically solves a problem that I have every day, is lasting. I thought replacing a phone with a battery replacement would solve it, but it just brought the problem back because it dies within the afternoon. Now, I'm a heavy user when it comes to texting, making calls, also leaving my phone with music and stuff, working out. So obviously that's gonna take a drain on your battery. But the fact that I'm able to use this thing for more than 24 hours, if I don't even use my phone, and it literally lets me, I charge my phone usually like 2 days after this thing works. So I get a full day, and then the next day I charge everything, because it lasts me 2 days with this case. Without the case, it would only last me so much. So I'm really shocked at how this case has made a big impact in my everyday use, since I'm not near an outlet as much. I'm in school till 6 in the afternoon, then I gotta go to Taekwondo at 6:55, and then by the time I'm home, I'm tired out, I have to study and stuff, so I'm not at my house as often. So the fact that this case is playing a big role in my everyday use is a big, big plus. And look, I know I judged this case when I first saw it, and obviously I was too fast to jump on the bandwagon that it was terrible, it was bad, and everything, but look, I was wrong. I actually like this case. With all the positives and all the negatives, I still am going to keep this case, and I actually really do like this. This is my favorite case. This is my first Apple product case that I bought from the Apple Store, and it's one hell of an investment. But with that said though, I do have to disclaim, if you're somebody that is in the market looking for a smart battery case or a battery case in general, and you don't want to spend $129, then I would recommend going to Mophie or even Belkin if they make their own. But if you want that convenience of iOS integration, if you want that feeling of just owning an Apple product that's good for your battery, and also just owning an Apple product that will do you some good, that fits your needs, because again, your needs and your wants are gonna always want to come first. A necessity, this isn't a necessity, this is something you want, but this is something that's gonna make a big impact if you're like me and you don't have access to a port. So do I recommend this product? Well, if you have $129 or more to dish out, then I say pick it up. Obviously, this is not for everybody. This is just for certain individuals. But if you need something to last you for more than a day, I'm going to say pick this case up. So overall, my final thoughts, I was wrong, and this is actually worth it. So that's all I got to say. Now, you're probably saying this is not the typical video for me, kind of giving a review and a breakdown, and you're probably saying you're giving into Apple, but you got to try it. Look, like I said, I was too fast to jump the gun. If I just try it, and then I wait it out and give my review, that's what I gotta say. So overall, I am really satisfied with this purchase. I'm actually gonna keep it. I think it's a good investment. And if you guys are in for the market looking for something, I'm just gonna recommend this. Now, will I be doing this with more and more products? Not necessarily, but if there are certain products that obviously that you guys want me to try out once in a while, I'm definitely down to it. So that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you guys found this review useful, and keep in mind, this is for also iPhone 10 users that are looking to use this case. If you want to know if this case is compatible, not only does it work good, but it really, you don't even hardly notice any difference. So that's all I got to say about that. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below, what are your thoughts on this battery case? Do you like it? Do you not? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. As always, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and peace.